You're listening to the JT Sounds Off Show on ESPN 730 Charlotte and the ESPN Radio app.
JT Sounds Off Show, ESPN 730. Good to be here. So that's one of the rules that Major League Baseball just got me all fired up, puzzled as all could be. I just don't know when to start sliding. The other rule is pace of play and mound visits. They've got a new one in place. And look, last year's pace of play experiment in terms of timing the pitchers in regards to warm-ups in between innings, I thought that went pretty well. Had some pretty good results there. All positive across the board. But this latest installment, well, I just think it's slightly ridiculous and very, very much laughable. Not sure if you guys have heard this one. But Major League Baseball wants to, wave its authority wand around and lay the law with pace of play because we have to make this game more attractive to the younger audience. So here we are with pace of play again. And, well, here comes old man Major League Baseball. Here's the big adjustments, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're sitting down for this one. Visits to the mound by the managers and coaches, which previously had no time limit. Well, we've got to correct this. This is an outrage. We have got to take care of this right away, and boy, did they ever. Well, those visits to the mound by the managers and the coaches will be limited to 30 seconds. 30 seconds. And get this. This is fantastic. No, it's actually really ridiculous. This is going to be timed. And when does the timer start? Are you ready? It starts the moment the manager or the coach has exited the dugout. That's right. Typically in the dugouts, those of you unfamiliar, you get up out of the dugout, you go up like 3 to 4 steps, and then that's it. You're out of the dugout. So you're going to have 30 seconds from the moment you step above that last step and then proceed to the dugout. Proceed to the mound. You will have 30 seconds from the last step to the mound. I mean, you're going to have spring training for the managers and the coaches. Forget about base running drills. I'm going to have to go start seeing Bruce Bochy sprinting left field to right field. You're going to have to cover some good time here, Joe Girardi. Yeah, Major League Baseball. This is what's going to get the youth to watch the game? Well, you got to admit, though, now that I'm thinking about it, it would be pretty comical. All right, I got you here on the stopwatch. Mike Matheny, St. Louis Cardinals manager, and go. 30 seconds. It's going to take, 10 seconds to sprint probably from the top of the steps to the mound. So now you've got 20 seconds to tell the guy who's blowing the biggest game of the year, whatever it happens to be. I mean, this may not really matter in March or April or May. But come September or October, I got 20 seconds to make, to try to sell the pitcher on the mound that I need him to get his you-know-what together for a few more pitches because the other guy in the bullpen is not quite ready. And we've got to come up with some strategy with how we're going to deal with this next batter. That's just not enough time. 30 seconds. That's laughable. These guys are going to have to be in shape. That's the bottom line. They're just going to have to hit the gym. Memberships. That's what you're going to need. More trips to the YMCA. You're going to have to put an elliptical in the manager's office. I mean, we might even have to start having physicals. I mean, you see some of these managers, they're not in shape. They played years ago. And now we're talking sprints to the mound. Because Major League Baseball wants to change the pace of play. And one of the biggest problems, apparently, is mound visits. But I think it's rules like this, guys, that you're totally missing it. This isn't going to get some 18-year-old kid off the couch and want to watch baseball games. This isn't going to get an 11-year-old more interested in playing baseball. No, it's not this. I actually heard someone on MLB Network make a really good point. I think it was Al Leiter. Want to give credit. Hopefully it was Al. If it's not Al, enjoy the credit. But Al Leiter made a good point that there's just so much going on at parks across the world, across the country in Major League Baseball. That's one of the main focuses that MLB really should be looking at. So much going on in the parks. No wonder why the kids aren't in the seats. And they're not watching the game. They're going to go do other stuff around the parks. You've got 52 things to do. And 1 to 52 doesn't include watch the actual baseball game, what you're there for. Covering it all from the players who play the games to the stories that surround them, you're listening to JT Sounding Off on ESPN Radio 730 Charlotte and the ESPN Radio app.